Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Reshmi Mukherjee and in my channel you get ICC, ISC, English literature and English language topics. As you can see on the screen, you have a website, my website slothskill.com, which I have launched very recently, and it has got a huge amount of love and it is ranking, many of its videos posts are ranking #1. So use this website link so that you can score a lot of marks. By you will find line by line explanation, you will find question answers over there, you will find MCQs over there, you can in the website. Okay, and in my channel today what we are doing, as you have seen that we have started with this topic, why I like the hospital. It is an ISC class 11 topic which is in this book, the book, new book, okay, the Rhapsody book, and we are doing this. Moreover, this is the second part that we are doing today and we will finish the explanation. The portions that we will cover, as you see, we have already finished till here, or the fresh flowers tossed into the waste basket, which is the till the third stanza we have done. The next few stanzas we will finish in this class and we will call it a day, and then again we will so what are the things we are discussing? Meanings, we are discussing the line by line explanation, meanings, and also the questions that can come from here. Another class I will take where we will discuss the MCQs, questions. In the questions we will also discuss the theme, the background, okay, why he wrote this poem, the different types of figures of speech, what are the symbols, what those symbols try to mean, okay, signify over here, that we are going to discuss in the third class of this topic. So 3 parts this topic is divided in, and again later on if you need more questions you can of course go to this website slothskill.com. you will find a lot of questions over there, so use them so that you can score a lot of marks, and of course so that you don't miss the third part of it. If you haven't followed the first part, go and follow it, and the third part, if you want to stay connected and follow it, just hit the bell icon so that you get an update about it, notification for the video, right? So let's move to in the last class we finished till here that it is very sad to see that in the hospital it gives us a transient feel that we will survive for a long time, but it is actually a short period of time. We survive that difficulty, that ailment, and then again it is not that we will survive forever. We are just like these fresh flowers in the basket, right, wasted away. Next, but I like the way some people on their plastic chairs break out a notebook and invent a complex scoring system to tally up their days on earth. The column on the left that says times I acted like a fool, facing the column on the right that says that times I acted like a saint. So what is this thing that he is trying to say? He tries to say that I like the way, now he says that he likes certain thing also. He has said something he likes, something he dislikes. So I like the way some people on their plastic chairs, now these people sit on their plastic chairs in the hospital and break out a notebook. That means break out means they take out a notebook, and what they write over there, they have invented a complex scoring system. Okay, that means it is just like we draw a table, okay, a line in the middle, and then on this side we are writing times I acted like a fool, times on the left I am writing times I acted like a fool, and times I acted like a saint on the right hand side. So 2 sides I am writing, and what will I write below it? Maybe times I acted like a fool I will write on the left hand side, and I will mention that that old man is, you can see in the picture, he is writing something in the notebook. He is writing what are the things that the good things that he has done in his life, okay, like a saint. That means on the right hand side he is writing about the good things that he has done in his life, okay, and on the other side, the left hand side, what he is writing about the mistakes that he had committed in his life, the times when he had acted very foolishly, what he should not have done. And on this side, what he has done and he is happy with it, he has done something good. So now that he has become old and maybe he will not survive and lying on the hospital bed, he starts thinking about what he has done in his life, okay. So he is retrospective, he is thinking about the time that he has already spent of his life, and he tries to tally how much good he has done and what something that is foolish which he had already committed, right. So that he is calculating. This is a time of introspection. Next picture, I like the long prairie of the waiting. So I like the long prairie of the waiting means prairie. What is the meaning of this word prairie? Prairie means it is a vast and endless land of greenery, maybe a grassland. Okay, yes, prairie is a grassland. So long vast region of grassland, so miles and miles of grassland. So it is similar to that. It is miles and miles of waiting, that means hours and hours of waiting. It is an image, okay, visual image, that is a huge sized grassland where we can see no end. Similarly, we don't see any end when we are in the hospital and we have to wait and wait and wait. Today when I went to the hospital, I said, today I want to go home. No, not today, maybe tomorrow. Again tomorrow that person would come, the doctor would come and say, not today, tomorrow. So this is a long wait, just like a prairie. The forced intimacy of the self with the self. So this is the time when we become thoughtful. Okay, this is the time when we think about, it is a time of self reflection, you can say. Okay, as there is less distraction in the hospital, you can just you have to just take those medicines and lie on the bed. You don't have the phone to check reels. We don't have time to work. We are not provided with the laptop so that we can work, right? So we have a lot of time for self reflection, and we do that. Each sick person standing in the middle of the field like a tree wondering what happened to the forest. A very sweet line. You see, each person when he is sick, lying on the bed, suffering, that is the time when he realizes that he is very lonely. He is not this see the picture, the small picture. He is not not those trees among the society, among so many trees. We suffer our own problems. Nobody else will in the forest. There are so many trees, but all these trees will not suffer what I am suffering at this moment. Tree refers to the person. So all these trees are living their lives. All the human beings are living their lives. But the pain we have to suffer, our lives pain we have to suffer all by ourselves. There would be nobody else who would come to help in that. So we when we are admitted in the hospital, we are suffering our pain, our share of pain. We think that what happened to the hospital? Where is the society now? The society thought that they would help us, they would do this, they would do that. But in reality, what has happened? We don't see anybody over here. We are all very lonely, and we have to suffer our own pain, right? So that is the time when we introspect, we self-reflect, and we understand that we are all very lonely in this world. Okay, we have to suffer our own share of pain, right? Next. Okay, this is the last slide with the rest of the poem. This is all together because this picture is relevant for the whole thing, right? So what is given? And once I saw a man in a lime green dressing gown hunched over a chair. Hunched over a chair over here means, you have to write the meaning over here. Hunched means when you, first thing is lime green dressing gown. This signifies this is a patient. Okay, there is a particular type of dress that you have to wear when you are in a hospital. Some will wear green dress, some will wear blue, some lime green. So he is also wearing this dress, which shows which is a symbol that he is present in the hospital. Lime green dressing gown. Hunched over a chair. Hunched means he is sitting like this on a chair, just like you can see in this picture. This position is hunched, right? A man who was not yelling at the doctor. So he was not screaming at the doctors that, "Arey, give me medicines, I still have pain over here." He is not doing that, not doing nothing like that. Or pretending to be strong. Just like I went, when I went to the hospital, I was like, I could fight it. Yes, I can do it. But do you think this is a real courage? No, of course, in my mind, I am afraid that what will happen in the surgery table, what will happen to me. So some people will try to pretend that they are very powerful, they are very courageous. Some would yell at the doctor that, "Take care of me, the nurses are not taking care of me." You will see so many different kinds of people in the hospital, right? Or making a murmured phone call to his wife, or maybe somebody is just talking to his loved one that, I'm in so much pain, then you come back, just take me home, all that, right? But one sobbing without shame, like we try to hide our emotions, we don't show what we really are, right? But in the hospital, sometimes we possibly show ourselves, like in this situation. This old man has given up totally. He is just frustrated with his condition. So he can no longer deal with the sickness that he is suffering from. So he wasn't even talking softly to his wife in the hospital. He accepted his raw emotions, right? That is why perhaps the speaker says that I like the hospital. One can accept the raw emotions. If you hate somebody, you can say I hate you. But in the society where you belong, you cannot go and say that I don't like you. Nobody will accept you then. Okay. But in the hospital, people will accept your raw emotions. If you are feeling pain, you can just scream out in pain. So so man can openly sob without, like, it's not like that ki you will feel that mard ko dard nahi, so I cannot cry. So it's not like that. You can cry, you can sob, okay, without any shame. Pumping it out means pumping all your pain out from the bottom of the self, from the deep in your heart. All that pain that you have stored in yourself, you can just bring it out, and you can just scream and cry that I am going to die, I am going to lose everybody. In all that pain, you can show it in the hospital. It gives you that scope. The overflowing bilge of helplessness. So what is the meaning of bilge? We have to write this down. Overflowing bilge. Bilge over here means the lowest part of the ship. I forgot to put the picture over here, you would have understood. Ship के एकदम जो नीचे का पोर्शन होता है उसमें वेस्ट कलेक्ट होता है. जैसे वेस्ट होता है ना, मतलब लोग ट्रैवल कर रहे हैं उसका वेस्ट, बहुत सारा वेस्ट, डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ वेस्ट आर देयर. सो इट कलेक्ट्स इन द लोएस्ट पार्ट ऑफ द शिप्स hull, right? So that sometimes can overflow. Imagine your basket, okay, you have this waste paper bin and you are going on throwing paper pieces of bits and pieces of paper. So once what will happen, it will be overfilled and it will overflow, right? So that is the situation, that the overflowing bilge of helplessness and rage, all these waste materials that you have stored within you deep in your heart, that you will never show that you are afraid, you will never show that you are terror stricken, you are suffering, you will not show that. You will show that you are so courageous, but now it will overflow. In the hospital it can overflow, nobody will judge you for that. A man no longer expecting to be saved, so he has given up on his life, he knows that he is going to die, and he has accepted the reality, and therefore he can scream out in pain. But if you looked, you could see that he was holding his own hand in sympathy, listening to every single word, and he was telling himself everything. So this last part is very significant. You can write it down if you want, that when you look at that man carefully, what you will see? You will see that although he was feeling very helpless, although he was in a pathetic condition and scared and angry about his situation that he is going to die, he withheld his own hand like this, as you can see in the picture. You see, I will just circle it. You see over here how this gesture is important, okay. He holds his hand like this. This shows that he has what? Self-support and self-compassion. I am there for you, don't worry, it will be fine. So he has realized that he is the only single person who is going to help himself. So we also need to realize this from the poem, that we can help ourselves, nobody else, okay. Only if we feel that we can study, we have to get a good job, we have to get a good life, okay, in future, only then we will be successful. We have to motivate ourselves, and if we can get this intrinsic motivation that comes from within, only then we can survive this bitter world, this cruel world, which has so much of suffering, है ना. So listening to every single word, now he is listening to every single word that is going on in his mind. Don't worry, it is trying to guide the body, the mind is trying to guide the body. Don't worry, I am there. Maybe you are feeling lonely, maybe there is nobody else to fight with you, but I am there, okay. We are together. The mind tells the body that we are together and we will fight our battles together, right? So the mind and the body, that means my own self is telling my own self that don't depend on anybody else, you can be your own power, you can be your own light, right? So from this poem we see that he sobs openly. This is the last part which is very significant, that he sobs openly without concern for judgment. And these two lines, that he was holding his hand, this shows self-compassion and self-support, that the mind is there to support the body. And listening to every single word, he was telling himself everything. He is his own source of comfort and guidance, okay, own source. Nobody else will help you, external help is not going to come, intrinsic motivation will be there, okay, and that will help you to survive, okay. So this is the poem is actually a kind of juxtaposition, okay, kind of one above the other, two separate kinds of ideas, one above the other is called juxtaposition. You can remember this word, Juxta, then position, juxta, Juxta, then position, same spelling, one word, okay, not separate words. Juxtaposition, where just like fleeting beauty of flowers and the transient nature of healing, one above the other, juxtaposed together, that kind of an idea is this poem. So, next class, as I told you, what we are going to discuss, first of all, do not forget to check this slothskill.com. This will be very helpful to you. You will find explanation also, this explanation. You will find the meanings, you will find important questions there. Here also we will discuss the figures of speech separately, so that can help you out, along with some MCQ questions, some multiple choice questions in the next class, and we will finish off this topic. Then if you require anything else, we will discuss the theme also. Along those questions only, I will provide the questions in such a way so that the theme is also discussed, right. I hope this has helped you a lot, you have understood it properly. If you have any doubt, see ये poem है, poem को हम बहुत तरीके से interpret कर सकते हैं, ठीक है. You just have to internalize the poem, you have to understand the poem, you have to relate it with yourself. Imagine you are there in a hospital, fingers crossed it never happens to you, you are, but imagine yourself that you are suffering and there is nobody around you, you are feeling like a lonely tree away from the forest, and then you would be able to understand the poem very well and how you yourself can help you, right. So, read it, is a very beautiful poem. I believe you have liked it, and we will learn something about the poet also, something about the question answers, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you get notified just the next class when we do the question answer multiple choice types, right. Thank you. So, thank you so much. Bye bye. See you in my next class.